I like that. So, am I hearing right now on the Pimp Game podcast that Cuzzo, that's right, we're gonna call him Cuzzo. Is he
Yeah.
gonna get you make your first 100 grand? Is he gonna get 20 stacks? Is that what I'm hearing? Are you giving him 20 stacks? That's what I'm hearing for all the support he's been giving you. Let us know
You,
right now.
you spending my money, man. You spending my money before I make it. You in my pockets right.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. So, for all those people who are crazy, they ain't tapped in, they don't know about your boy, Florida is in the building. Give us your name and tell us what you do in a couple of seconds.
Yeah, man. My name is Jules, man, and yeah, man. I do music. You know, I'm an artist, so artist and producer.
All right. So, let's go back to where it all started for you when you were young with your moms, your pops, your family, grandmother, grandparents, all of that, the dog, everything. What made you fall in love with hip hop?
I got to really contribute that a lot to my father. He was really big into music, so I had a lot of music playing through the house on a daily, also just on trips and everything like that. And so, just hearing some of the soulful music, some of the different vibes and different instrumentations and things like that, just kind of really sparked it for me. And then I had a few friends that was growing up around me who did music, and that just kind of was my gateway into getting into it.
All right. So, you mentioned your pops. What's up with pops? What was he listening to? Was it Nas? Was it Biggie? Was it Elvis? What's going on? What was pops listening to back when you were younger?
Yeah, it was a lot of oldies, man. It was Gap Band, Funkadelic, Prince. He was a big Earth, Wind and Fire fan, so I kind of took that from him. So he was really into kind of the soulful oldies, Marvin Gaye, all those kind of guys like that.
All right. So, what's up? Was pops listening to the Temptations or I don't
A
know, the
hundred
Ozzy
percent.
Brothers and all of that? Stuff. Smokey Robinson. What's up? Was he listening to those people too?
Yeah, 100%, 100%. If you name it, it was in the deck. If you named it, vinyls, all that. Yeah, so all that was in rotation for sure.
Okay. All right. So, I like that. I like that. I like that. So you're listening to music with your pops. When did you know that you could flow? Because I know that may not come maybe till later. I don't know. At what age did you know that I can actually flow?
Oh yeah, that was much later. That was probably around about 10, 11. That's when I actually really got into it heavy. So around probably about 11 years old or so. And then I started really picking it up probably about 12 years old, somewhere around there. And then from there, it just kind of just took off. But yeah, learning the craft, learning the skills, learning how to actually put bars together and metaphors and punchlines and things like that. That was probably around the time frame of about 11, 12 or something like that.
All right. All right. I like that. Yo, if you are just joining us, you are tuned in to the Pimp Game Podcast, and we are here with the one and only Jules. That's right, doing it big out of Florida, rapper, doing his thing in the music industry right now on the Pimp Game Podcast. So, let me ask you this. You discovered yourself around 10, 11 years old. Who was the rapper that you was digging when you was 10 and 11? I don't know, Biggie, Pac. Who was it? Nas. Who was Jules' favorite rapper back then?
Actually, Nas, you just called it. Yeah, Nas was a real big part of my discovery into that world. So when I was young, I used to try to rap like Nas a lot. So I used to try to craft my bars. I used to listen to his song, just listen to all his albums, and I would go and I would try to listen to him and type up the lyrics and then read off the lyrics and just try to learn them and really try to understand like how was he putting things together. So he was a big influence starting off. So I would say Nas, a little bit of a Method Man, stuff like that. And then slowly it switched over to Jay. So yeah.
Okay, so you said slowly it's switched over what now?
It's slowly switched over to Jay-Z.
Jay-Z. Okay,
Mhm.
okay. I like that. I like that. At least you switched over. Some people don't switch over. I like
There's nothing wrong with the other
that.
guys, man. Nothing wrong with the other guys.
So, you a Florida native? I don't know how it is. I know I'm a New York guy, right? I was born in New York, Queens, stand up, raised in Brooklyn, the Bronx, all of that. But you in
For
Florida,
sure.
do they have rap battles over there? What's up? Were you a fan of Trina and Trick Daddy? What's going on in Florida? Were you a part of any rap battles in Florida?
Oh, for sure, for sure. Listen, we encompass everything, man. It's not just Trick Daddy, Trina, those guys, Slip and Slide. Like it was way more than that. There's a lot of guys, a lot of guys out here, man, that are spitters that really like the bars and stuff like that. So for sure, we had ciphers, we had rap battles, we had all those different things, man. I remember getting into competitions, not rap battles, but getting into different competitions early on, man, and just showcases and things like that. But yeah, for sure, we definitely had rap battles, 100%.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. So, one of the things that really amazed me about you when I was checking you out, I was like, he can really spit, like he's dope. I only like a rapper if he's dope. That's just me. You got to
Yeah.
be great. If you ain't great, I ain't feeling you. That's just what it is, right? The bars that you be spitting, can you always spit off of the dome? If somebody give you a word, I don't know, they said butter, you could just go off the dome with anything like a Cassidy or Jay-Z or Memphis Bleak, something like that. Can you just always go off the dome?
I'm not gonna lie to you. That's not my strong suit. I can maybe do it a little bit, but I used to freestyle a lot when I was coming up. That was just kind of when I was first honing my skills and I was learning how to really rap. We would mess around and freestyle a lot of times, but I'm more of a writer, man. I like to take my time, write it out, and really think about what I'm saying. So I put a lot of thought and effort into the things that I say. So freestyle, I'm not like a big, someone who can just go for minutes. But yeah, I'm more of a writer. That's more of my lane.
All right, I like that. So let me ask this, because I know you like Nas.
Hmm.
Nas has a brother, right, who's a writer. I think he wrote one mic for Nas, at least the hook. He's dope with it, right? Then you got another writer, Tupac Shakur, The Rose That Grew from Concrete, all of that. Can we expect, I don't know, some type of poetry book coming out from Jules in the near future? And stepping
That's
into your inner Tupac? What's up? Can we expect that from you since you are a writer?
Yeah, that it's funny that you mentioned that. That was something that I was actually thinking about doing. Yeah, I have a few pieces that I have that hasn't really found the light of day or saw the light of day rather. Trying to just figure out where to put it. So I do a lot of poetry. I do some kind of spoken words on some of my projects. But just occasionally I'll just write stuff. And that was actually something that I was thinking about doing. So I think that's in the plans and probably will do that shortly. But yeah, that's something that I definitely want to tap into for sure.
All right. Yo, if you are just joining us, you are tuned in to the Pimp Game Podcast, and we are here with the one and only rapper in Florida. That's right. He is doing his thing on the Pimp Game Podcast, and we are talking to him about his rap career. Jules, I love it. Feeling it hard on the Pimp Game Podcast. So let me ask you this. I know you into rapping, you love Nas. Give me Jules' top 5 rappers, dead or alive, or you could give it to me right now. Your top 5 rappers right now in the game.
All right, this is not going to be in any particular order. Jay, um, Nas. I'll probably go Kendrick. Again, this is not in any order. Jay, Nas, Kendrick. Um, Probably Cole, and it's a tough one between either 3K or Big, but I might go 3K. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So hold on. I got a little beef to pick with you. I
Go
know you from
ahead.
Florida. I know it's hot. I know it's the palm trees, but it ain't that hot. But I know Lil Wayne is out there. He live in Miami. Lil Wayne is not on the list. Top 5? Are you kidding
Listen,
me? What is going on?
Listen, it's no matter what I choose, man, I'm gonna leave someone out. So, you know, if I went Wayne, then you're gonna be like, oh, well, you know, you left out this person or this person. So you're gonna be in trouble no matter where you spin it. But listen, he's for sure one of the greatest. You know, if I could have a top 5 plus 3 more, then you know, he would be in there for sure. But yeah, Wayne's incredible. I remember listening to his album Headed to High School. Just that was very influential time in my life. Carter 1, Carter 2, you know, even back to The Block is Hot, Crazy, you know, trust me, it goes way back, man. I've been listening to Wayne since, you know, he was a teenager, man. So for sure, you know, but off the top of my head, those are just the 5, but he for sure could be top 5.
So Lil Wayne, you listen to the Pimp Game podcast. Jules does not have you in his top 5.
Don't do that.
I don't
Don't do
know.
that.
He's tripping. I don't agree with him, but hey, he said you gotta leave somebody out. So let's use this out today. All right. So being as though you write and things of that nature, you could spit too. You could do a little bit of both, but you're more of a writer. I like that. Have you written for any other artists in the game right now, or maybe looking forward to writing to any 4 other artists that's in the game right now?
I haven't written for anyone. I had a few artists around my way that I was lending the pen to, or I offered to lend the pen to. It never kind of came into fruition. But no, I'm willing, man. I'm willing. You know, as long as it makes sense. You know, that's all that matters to me. As long as it makes sense, then I'm down for it. But at the moment, no, I haven't written for anyone. Just kind of just my stuff.
Okay. All right. I like that. So, in the midst of you doing your rap career and stuff like that, can we look forward to maybe I know we're gonna touch on your single and your EP you got going on, but can we look forward to Jules going on tour here in the near future, maybe 2024? Can we see Jules on the billboard in Florida somewhere out there? Shout out to Florida. Can we see Jules on tour?
100%, 100%. I'm actually trying to put that together now. Me and my team have been kind of discussing that. So we would like to get it done as soon as possible, but like you said, it might be 2024 at the earliest. But yes, I definitely want to do that. Definitely want to do that. I want to kind of start up a small tour, hit a few spots here in Florida, some spots probably in Atlanta, maybe somewhere in Cali as well. If I can make it to New York, that'd be great. But yeah, I sure.
All right. Jules coming to a city near you. So you got a single called Too Cold. I like that. I was feeling it. I was looking at the spelling and all of that. What's up? What's up with Too Cold? Can you talk to us about that? What's up with the single Too Cold?
Yeah, man, it's something I've been working on for a minute. Just trying to piece it together. I was actually doing some recording on that today. But yeah, it's just kind of one of those things, man, where you feel like you've made it to a certain point in life, and you know, the people who come along and are expecting things from you, whether it be female, whether it be male, you know, that's thinking, oh man, you know, I didn't show them any time of day before, but now they're on the bandwagon, and it's like, nah, man, I live my life by a certain code. I live my life a certain way, and it's like it's too cold, like what I do. So it's like, nah, I can't, you know, no bandwagoners or nothing like that can come along. So that's pretty much the vibe of the record, or the meaning of the record. So that should be out pretty soon. I'm trying to get that out, you know, as soon as possible. So definitely this summer. Yeah.
I like that. So another thing you got going on is I like it. It's a little different. Ghost Stories, the EP. I like that. What's up? How many songs is on the EP? We want to know. Homie out of Florida doing his thing. What's up with Ghost Stories?
Yeah, man. That's something I actually started last year. You know, I'm a big horror fan. I'm really big into movies and cinema. So horror is my favorite genre. And I don't know, I was just sitting around one day and I was like, man, you know, it'd be kind of cool to flip some of these horror themes and turn them into actual records. So last year I did it, and I put out an EP, and I just liked the energy and the response that it got. So I just figured I'd make it into a series. So Ghost Stories 2, I plan on dropping that this Halloween season. So I'm excited for it. It'd probably be around maybe 3 or 4 records or so, probably get some features on there. That's a space where I like to kind of just rap, you know what I mean, get some bars off and if I got some people who I admire, you know, their pen and what they do, you know, I like to bring them on board as well and kind of get some bars off with me. So it should be fun, exciting. I'm starting to work on that here, and yeah, man, I'm excited for it. It should be good.
All right, I like that. So, is there any artists out there that maybe Jules is looking to work with? Maybe an R&B singer to hop on your track and lay some vocals down. Even another rapper, maybe hop on something for the love of Florida or what have you. Is there anybody out there that you're looking to work with that you haven't worked with yet?
I don't. I'm trying to think if there's any vocalists, any singers, anything right now. None comes to mind now. I apologize if I'm forgetting someone. But there's a guy out here from Tampa, Florida. His name is Scott A. He's really dope. He's super dope. So I want to link with him. Hopefully I can get something in with him. That's probably the main one that's on my radar right now. He just dropped a project not too long ago, which was retarded. You know, it was crazy. So yeah, I would like to get one in with him. So that might be somebody that I reach out to for this ghost stories, but we'll see what happens.
I like that. So I always ask this in your family, because you've been doing your thing for a while now. Sometimes doubt can creep into people's head if they don't reach stardom immediately. I love what you're doing. Who's that person in your family who just, I don't know, kept riding and just said, yo, Jules, you can do this? Who is that person in your family that has been rocking with you from day one?
Oh man, listen, I gotta give a big shout out to everyone that's been that way, you know, for my brothers and everything. So not to try to take anything away from them. They've all, you know, held it down and always encouraged me and supported me, man. But my cousin, man, he's probably one of my biggest fans that I have. His name is Tim. And yeah, man, he's always just been rocking with me. He's always trying to give me encouragement. Sometimes I'll write bars and I'll be like, yo, man, you think this is good enough? So sometimes I'll hit him and be like, yo, man, and I'll run bars, you know, past him. He actually gets to hear a lot of things early. And he'd be like, yo, no, that's cold. That's cold. So, you know, whenever there's times where I'm not sure about things, so I hit him up and get his opinion on it. And, you know, he normally tells me how he feels. So he's always been a big supporter of mine. So I would say for sure him.
I like that. So, am I hearing right now on the Pimp Game podcast that Cuzzo, that's right, we're gonna call him Cuzzo. Is he gonna get, you make your first 100 grand? Is he gonna get 20 stacks? Is that what I'm hearing? Are you giving him 20 stacks? That's what I'm hearing for all the support he's been giving you? Let us know right now.
You spending my money, man. You spending my money before I make it. You in my pockets right now. Listen, man. My goal is to, man, if I make it, man, when I make it, rather, you know, if I can provide and I can help out, man, this is not just for me, this is for everyone around me, you know. So you know, not anyone jumping on the bandwagon or anything like that, but you know, my true loved ones and things like that, man. I'm trying to make this a thing for all of us. So yeah, man, I'm willing to do what I can.
All right, you heard that, Cuzzo. You out there listening to the Pimp Game podcast. You are entitled to 20 racks. Jules got you. All right, I like that on his first 100 grand. Got to be 100 grand for you to get 20 stacks. I like that. So today's topic of the show is recently Tyrese got on social media and was talking about Vlad TV, right? A lot of people, a lot of rappers getting on Vlad and they're going to jail when they're talking to Vlad. Tyrese is saying he's part of the feds. Oh, the reason why Tyrese was saying that is because Vlad was laughing at him about his divorce case and him having to pay all of this money. What's your thoughts on rappers going on Vlad TV, incriminating them on their own selves and putting themselves on blast while they're on Vlad TV?
Man, listen, I don't know, man. That's I would say this, you know, obviously when you sit down in an interview or podcast, any type of setting like that, and questions are being asked, you know, you always want to be mindful of how you come off, whether it's Vlad or whether it's the Breakfast Club or whether it's, you know, whoever it may be. So I would just say to the people who are in those situations or on those platforms, you know, I would just say, man, just, just be mindful. Just be mindful of the questions, be mindful of the answers that you're giving. You know what I mean? And just, be aware. But it is what it is, man. I think those type of platforms, if there's questions that you don't feel like that needs an answer or response from you, you just kindly, ask to move to the next question. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's also a balance as well as the type of questions that's being asked. So you want to be cautious of those as well, and making sure that you're in a space that you feel comfortable. You know what I mean? And it's a person who has your best interest at heart. So hey man, it is what it is. You know what I mean? If people feel like that's the right space for them and they feel comfortable and they want to share their story, to by all means, you know what I mean, that's their story, their life. They have they're able to tell it. You know what I mean? If you feel like that's something that you don't want to do, then that's your prerogative as well. So it's just kind of down to the person. You know what I mean?
I like
Yeah.
that. Well said. Well said indeed. I like that. So, for that young girl out there who's looking to be the next Jules, for that young boy out there looking to be the next Jules, even if they're a little older, it don't matter. They're looking to do their thing in the rap
Mhm.
game. What would you tell them that they need to do or watch out for if they want to be on the level of a Jules?
Well, listen, I'm still climbing myself, so I'm in a position of trying to make my way as well. But for anyone who wants to get into music, man, I would just say study the craft. Study the craft. I mean, and when I mean study the craft, really look at, you know, not trying to take anyone's style, but just looking to see, okay, what works. How does music work? Because it's all a science. You know what I mean? It's all ways to put together music. You know what I mean? And so I would just say, man, just practice your craft, really hone in, study it. Look at the greats, look at the things that they did well, learn how to do those things as well yourself. And just put a lot of time in, a lot of time. You got to get a lot of shots up. You know what I mean? That's the only way you could be great at anything. You got to get a lot of shots up. So, if it's throughout the day, your shower, you're driving, whatever the case may be, just trying to keep sharp, trying to stay at it, always trying to write, to get better at it, man. And before you know it, man, you'll be in a place that you never dreamed that you'll be in.
I like that. I like that. So let me ask you this, because I believe rap has suffered now. A lot of times I see young cats out there doing their thing, but they sound just like the next artist. And that artist sounds just like the next artist. There's no creativity. What do
Mm.
you think is messing up the rap game now? Because every other profession in this world, you got to be great. If you want to be an engineer, you got to be dope. If you want to be a lawyer, you got to be dope. You want to be an accountant, you got to be dope. But when it
Mhm.
comes to rap, they're just letting anybody in the door, regardless of what you're doing. What's up with that? What's your thoughts on that in the rap game? Why has rap suffered so, so heavily in these
Right.
past couple of years?
Right. Well, I mean, first of all, it's the change of the internet. That's huge. That can't go without being stated. Before, you didn't have just the accessibility of being able to just go. I can get up, go and record in my closet, put out the song, mix and master it, and get it out to the ears and to everyone in the world. Using digital kid or any of the other distribution companies, you paying maybe $10 at the most. You know what I mean? And now you got your song in front of everyone. So just the setup of how it is today because of the internet, it allows you to create music at a faster pace and allows anyone to be able to create music. Before, you had to know somebody, or you had to go to a studio, you had to know an engineer, you had to have this person on your team or know this person in order to get your music out. It was just a tougher process. So now that the process has been simplified, and it's just more accessible, then you're just going to have more people doing it. On top of it, hip hop has always been a very influential genre, you know what I mean, and the sound of music, and most popular genre out there. So with it being the most popular genre, and also because of the internet making it more accessible to anyone, now you're just going to have more people wanting to do this thing because it's so popular. And I just think because of the sheer volume of artists that are out now, you're going to hear just more of the same sounding artists because there's just more artists. But there's plenty of artists that are out there that have a different sound that's unique, that you haven't heard, or they have a different twist and spin on the way that they do things. But because there's so many of them, it's harder for those sometimes to cut through the noise. You know, used to have only about, you know, a handful of artists in one neighborhood. Now almost everyone in the neighborhood raps, you know what I mean? And so it's just a numbers game. If you're going to have a high volume of things, you're going to have sometimes diluted product, or you're going to have redundancy. And so it just kind of comes with it. But the spark of that is just, you know, the internet and the technology, and how we're able to just do things more easily than we used to be able to, you know, before.
I like that. I like that. All right. Well said. Well said. So for anybody out there who wants to work with Jules, maybe hop on a track that you have, or maybe they want you to write for them, they want you to do a feature or whatever, how do they reach Jules?
Oh man, you can hit me on my on Instagram, Long Live Jules. You can send me an email as well. You'll get the email from the IG. I don't want to I guess I throw it out there, but Long Live Jules at gmail.com. But yeah, really IG, TikTok, same handle on there as well, Long Live Jules. Yeah, just hit me up on there, man, and I respond back all the time. You know what I mean? I'm never in a place where I feel like I can't respond back to people. So yeah, just hit me up, man. I have a conversation with you. And again, if it makes sense, man, if it's dope, then I'm always for it.
All right, y'all hear that out there? You listen to the Pimp Game podcast. You got to be dope. He wasn't playing about that. He didn't leave that out. All right. So for those people out there who've been rocking with you when you was listening to Temptations with your pops, when you was in the battles in Florida, Lakeland, Florida, stand up. I like that. You doing your tracks now. What's up? You with your rapping. Let us know what's up with your fans. Any final thoughts out there for your fans out there who've been rocking with you since day one, before we sign off on Pimp Game?
Oh man, listen, I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, man. I appreciate it, man. It's been a journey. And those have been rocking me from day one, man. I still see them now. I still acknowledge them. You know, and it's nothing but gratitude on my end, man. It's a humbling feeling, and it's a blessing to be able to create something to where people feel impacted. But you know, let alone for them to now, you know, years pass and they're still encouraging me. They're still listening to the music. So that's just an amazing feeling. So just thank you. You know what I mean? That's the biggest thing. And listen, man, I'm gonna keep going. I'm not gonna let them down. You know what I mean? And I'm here to just provide quality. So yeah, man, just again, thank you. And yeah, we're here for the long run.
All right, I like that. So tell everybody who you chilling with.
Yo, this is Jules, man, and I'm chilling with Kenny D here on the Pimp Game podcast.
All right, now that concludes our show for this evening. And I would like to say thank you to all my viewers out there. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, especially my YouTube lovers. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And also make sure you turn those notifications on so when we upload videos, you are the first to get it. And last but not least, we'd like to thank the one and only Diamond in the Rough. That's right, Jules out of Lakeland, Florida, doing it big. All right. Thank you for blessing us with your presence on the show. All right. See you next time on Pimp Game. You don't want to miss it. Holla.
Audio Jungle.